Good evening, everyone.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious.
Hello, everyone. We're going to start shortly once we have our quorums. Please give us a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Photos in the beginning of the evening?
So we're going to have a small presentation for small business solutions. After a young lady speaks, then I'm going to show the unit, the two pictures for the right, unit.
Okay, what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this licensing committee of Community Board 12. My name is Isidro Medina, and I'm the chair of this committee, surrounded by really talented and wonderful people that commit their times to come here to see how they can service our community. It's my pleasure now to go to the introduction, starting with Vice Chair.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony Viola. I am the vice chair of this committee and the first vice chairperson of Community Board 12.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Joel Abreu. Been on the board for 4 years now. I'm also the chair for business development here at the board.
Hi, everyone. My name is Robin Cruz. I'm here to serve you guys.
Naomi?
I serve here and I also serve in the Youth and Education Committee.
Welcome. So at 6:34, I'm bringing this committee to order with quorum. I would like to introduce first Soraya. Soraya, if you are around, please let me know. I don't see Soraya, so we're going to skip through that. Any one of you want to make the translation to see if anyone needs
I
help?
can do it. No.
The floor is yours.
Si alguien necesita ayuda en español, por favor, déjenme saber para traducirle al inglés.
I'd like now to introduce the officers from the 33rd Precinct. Do we have anyone from the 33rd Precinct? I'd like to move forward to introduce, I see an officer from, I guess, from the 34th Precinct. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Michael Woloski from the 34th Precinct. I'm the new Special Operations Lieutenant. This is my first meeting of this type, so thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry, what is your last name?
Woloski, Woloski.
What's happening in my meeting?
Very well. Welcome on board.
No
So
problem.
FYI, Lieutenant, the way that we conduct our business at this committee is that we open up the floor to everyone. We're going to follow the agenda. Did you receive a copy of the agenda, by the way?
I did not.
Okay, so if you're going to be with us consistently, I highly recommend that you check with the staff office and request them to send you an agenda that gives you the details about what the applicants want. They can go like to renew the licenses, to make corporate changes. Let's say someone is buying somebody else. Also to do alteration to the license, meaning expanding the bar or moving the bar, adding more room. It could be like anything on that direction. And also new liquor licenses and on-premise liquor license, which means that it could be a full liquor license or it could be a restaurant and wine licenses. Oftentimes that we proceed, I introduce the agenda item, I review it, so you can have an idea about what is being requested. And based on your judgment and your knowledge of your community, you can tell us if there are any concerns from the precinct. And if there's anything that we can work to help out the merchants, we'll be more than happy to work the details out. You know something that this committee should know about a particular agenda item, then you should bring that to us as well, because you are the ears of our community, and we support and respect the opinion of the precincts.
Thank you so much. Very good. Yeah, I'll make sure to get the agenda. And then for moving forward, I'll be able to do a little background research on the locations that are going to be up for review or renewal. And then that way I can speak from a historical standpoint and then also from a more recent standpoint, what I'm seeing now.
Excellent. So I'll give you some background. We have an echo. Let me see if we can fix that. It's not going to work. So I'll give you some background, and then I'm going to ask you about what is the opinion of 34th Precinct. again, based on what you know about the applicant and what they're requesting, then you can state the opinion. If there are no objection, no issues, or if there are some issues that you feel that we can't rectify as a community, we're going to work together to rectify the problem.
Sounds
On
good.
that note, we usually have someone to translate, but she's not here. But in case anyone would need translation that doesn't understand English, then please raise your hand, and Robin will take on the task of translating.
Hector's also on he just sent the message, to introduce himself.
We also have a new committee committee member that just joined in, and that'll be Hector. Hector, please introduce yourself to the rest of the committee.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Hector Bonilla on the community board for the past going on 3 years now, and I'm happy to be with my many good co-board members. Thank you, Cedro.
Thank you so much, Hector. Welcome on board. On that note, let me please introduce someone that can assist our small restaurants. And the reason why I bring different resources to the community and to licensing is that I know that the work that you do as restaurant owners is extremely important. Anytime that we have a restaurant open, I know that you guys hire people from the community, right? You also make sure that you keep your places clean and hopefully vibrant. And we also need to know that this is an economic effect where the restaurants affect different industries. It's not only people that go and eat, it's a cycle that comes around. When people want to go to a nice restaurant, they want to dress nice, right? So they got to buy some clothes, right? But sometimes also the ladies want to go for the hair. I don't have hair, but that'll be another story. But people go to a barbershop, right? The hair and nail salon. So it's an evolving cycle that the economy keeps the community vibrant. And we will help as much as we can with the understanding that this is a community and we're trying to mediate between the level of noise. There are complaints about noise level, right? And we put, if you feel that you're going to stay open until 4 o'clock in the morning, we got to check to see if there are residents there, if it's going to be an issue to our community. Then we can work out and making sure that we come to an agreement where you cannot stay too late, but yet you still be able to do business. In some cases, we allow some premises to stay like open until 4 o'clock in the morning, but those are places that are like really far away from residents, right? But again, we're here to help, but we're also here to protect our residents from the noise pollution that we have up here. On that note, for those that are new, again, we're going to call the agenda item one at a time. We're going to entertain that particular agenda item. And after which, we're going to ask the president questions. We're going to see if there are residents that will have any objection, any issue, they can bring it up. And then as a committee, we're going to have a kind of an in-house meeting to discuss if there could be any negotiations to take place. And after that, we're going to vote. Once we vote positive or negative, we're going to send our recommendation to the general board. So what you have here is a committee made out of 7 people. Our recommendation is going to be sent to the general board office meetings. And at that point, you're going to have about 50 board members that are going to vote on each application one at a time. Ours is only one recommendation to a general board. Once the general board, let's say, decides to approve or object to a resolution, that's going to be sent to the SLA. And the SLA obviously will have the final say. On that note, going back to the resources, let me introduce someone that will have some tangible resources for small businesses that can make or break how you function. On that note, I'm going to give 3 to 5 minutes to Maria Cabrera from SBS that will have some resources to share with you. Maria, you have the floor. Yes.
My name is Maria Cabrera. I'm the Senior Finance and Account Manager at the Business Solutions Center. We're located here at Well Community, 560 West, 183 second floor. We operate from if you have a business, but you have 10 employees or more, but you want to keep training to them, we have a grant that help you up to 70% from what you spend on that training, and the city gives you that money back. We have legal assistance. You have issues with your landlord. We have lawyers that can help you to negotiate that lease in those terms. And the best part of that, the funding. I'm the lady with the money. So if you need capital, let's work together. Let's help you, because we know that there's a lot of things happening outside. We have a lot of issues with Connect. We have a lot of issues with many things. And we want to give you that help that you need to continue growing and to continue giving diversity to this community. So we are here to help. Sometimes you will see me on this meeting, and we can connect later. And I hope that we can do many great things, continue doing what we do here in Washington.
Thank you so much, Maria. And feel free and give out your card. This, anyone will need it.
Mr. Medina, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm here.
So now you see that, Soraya, please, feel free to introduce yourself and please introduce the service for Nicolai.
Buenas tardes, soy la intérprete de la reunión. El que necesite interpretación, por favor, levante la mano cuando le toque su turno, yo los atenderé. Gracias.
Soraya.
Thank you.
So, I'm just going to show some pictures that I took. I wanted to share with you. They are like the platforms. Yeah, thank you. That so you all restaurant owners, right? And I know that you have Uber Eats, Dashboard, and many others to do your deliveries, right? My understanding is that you pay a huge price just to have those services available. There's a new product that's going to come to New York City. They've already been in places like Chicago, California, and Florida. And the idea is to have the delivery be made autonomous, meaning that these units are practically thinking by themselves, thinking machine. And they can save you anywhere from 30 to 70% of the cost that you're already spending on Uber Eats and DoorDash and many others. So they have selected Washington Heights to do a debut, and we are more than happy to promote this. There's no compromise because, you know, we're all nonprofit, but the idea is to help you at this point. But if you can save anywhere from 30 to 70% on the fee that you've already paid, that's going to be a great option. They're going to be right on the sidewalks, and it's going to be like with a QR code. So the client is going to order the food. The rest of this unit is going to go to the restaurant, pick the unit up, the meal up, bring it to our client. With a QR code, the client is going to open up the unit, open up, and goes back wherever they want to go back. This is not going to replace the deliveristas. This is going to be within a radius of 2 miles. So it's not going to be such a wide market because they are trying to promote this on areas that, you know, the small businesses are needed. Again, it's not going to be in Soho or Fifth Avenue. It's going to be up here in Washington Heights. If you are interested, please let me know offline, and then we can have a conversation on how to connect. Again, as a community board and all the bid, we have no commercial interest, only to help others.
Just keep in mind that this is completely integrated with your current Uber and your current DoorDash account. One, it also not just saves you money, but also the client, the people who order food. It's going to be a less expensive delivery charge because of how close the proximity is. And it's not autonomous, it's actually remote. So somebody's actually driving this. And they have tons of cameras on board. so it's safe. But it's being beta tested here, and we should be really excited about this because I don't know about you, but from what I hear in my committee is that the majority, I would say 25 to 40% of your revenue comes from delivery. So I think that this is a great thing to, implement into your already established systems. So again, reach out to, the chair and, we'll be able to connect.
My questions are more for them, so I'm not gonna ask them.
No, you can, I spoke to them, so what questions you got?
I mean, I have questions about how they're powered. How are they cost efficient if someone's driving them? How do I can't go upstairs, right? To increase
No, they don't go
upstairs.
upstairs,
So, I mean, I have those kinds of questions.
So there is specific for, that's the main drawback is that it doesn't go upstairs, you have to come downstairs and get it. But it's also remote, so people are like in different places around the world and the country driving.
So that has to change.
Well, it's not like one unit gets one person. It's like if there are like any issues where the unit stops, then someone can interject and correct, right? Yeah, it's practically, I think, autonomous, but in case any problems, they can, yeah.
Co-pilot, yeah.
And as far as like charging is concerned, they're going to try to work with the community to see if they hire people from the area to fix the unit. And also they're going to check in some areas to see whether units can get charged.
These solar. That would be efficient,
No,
environmental friendly.
no doubt. On that note, I highly recommend it. Yes, go ahead, sorry.
I have a question as well. What's the logistics for, they cannot go to other places? The people that own it are in this disabled community.
That's a good question. And it's something that they have not been able to resolve because of the dynamics of climbing the stairs. The unit will not go into private residence. Those are things that are limited. And that's why I said, still keep by your deliverables.
Yeah. And keep in mind, they have multiple platforms. They have the Coco platform, and then they have the adjusted one for your DoorDash. So you can order directly on the Coco app, or you can do it with the. So it's fun. Business owners should be very excited about this. This is a great, we're being used as a testing ground.
On that note, let me ask who's going to take on the role of taking the minutes.
Done the last 3 months, guys, come on.
I got minutes for my committee.
How
You will.
No, we did together.
Nothing to do with the
No, we did that.
Very well, thanks. All right, so let's proceed. Our agenda. Anthony, please.
So our first agenda item is for a renewal tax and limousine commission base. Agenda item number 1, RC Autobahn Service Inc. at 2224 Amsterdam Avenue in West 170th Street and West 151st Street. We have a representative from RC Autobahn Service. Present.
Hey, yes, Ramon here from Autobahn Car Service.
Hi, Ramon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Ramon, sorry, what's your last name?
Cabral, Ramon Cabral.
And you're the owner there?
I'm the vice president.
Vice president. How long you been vice president and owner?
About 7 years.
How's business?
It's doing well. We're maintaining. Yeah, we're maintaining.
Great. Do you have any fleet of electric cars or not really?
There's 1 or 2 electric cars that we have, the Toyotas. But I don't know if you saw recently there were some issues with those, so they've been trying to fight back on getting those cars returned and fixed.
Very well. Welcome aboard. For committee members that are maybe new to this, so all the legal bases have to come and submit an application to your board. They don't sell alcohol, obviously, but we need to approve the license as part of the requirement. We're going to be approving the license for PLC, not for SLA. So on that matter, we usually ask to make sure that drivers don't stand around making noise, honking horns. And if you can ask about cars, fleet, and mostly they have cars that are accessible. Because, we do have, do you have any cars that are accessible?
Yeah, we do. And we also have, we have to kind of pay into the plan that the city mandates for us to have the accessible cars available to us. So we have like a contract with the other car delivery bases that can use this service if we don't have, on our end, ADA accessible cars. So we're able to use them for those ADA accessible cars.
This is with a private 33rd precinct. We have no one from 33rd precinct. But at this point, I have no questions.
Yeah, Mr. Officer Jimenez, I think, is from the 33rd, no?
I see a second officer. So
Yeah.
upper right-hand corners.
Yeah, Jose is not on, but I'm Lieutenant Caprino. I'm on from the 3-3.
I'm sorry, what's your last name, sir?
Caprino, CAPRINO.
Welcome aboard. Any questions that you might have for the base, Lieutenant? Lieutenant Caprio, any questions that you might have?
No.
On that note, I highly recommend that we'll stay focused with who have a
Sure. Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote? Okay, and Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, are you on?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, so that is 6 yeses, 0 noes, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Patients, we're going to send a note to TLC.
Mm-hmm.
The community board will approve the renewal of this license. Until then, do take care of yourself. No need to stay. You have.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.
I'll leave the licenses.
Okay, the next agenda item, we're beginning the renewal on premises liquor licenses. Agenda item number 2 is 420 Food Group Corp. at 420 West 203rd Street between 9th Avenue and 10th Avenue. We have a representative from 420 Food.
Yes, how you doing? Good evening, Miguel Acosta, representing 420 Food Group on behalf of John Moya. How you guys doing this evening?
Hi, Miguel, doing very well. So for the respective prisons, this is within the private 34 prison. This is a request to renew the license located on 420 West 203rd Street between 9th Avenue and 10th Avenue. Based on the report, this is a premise that has a capacity of 120 people. There are 34 tables, 68 chairs, 8 bar stools, and the method operation, they do have a DJ for the music and live music. And they stay open from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. on a daily basis. This was a prior 34 percent. Officer Lasky, what is the fee of 34% for the renewal?
Yeah, we have no objection at this time.
No objection for 34 precinct. Thank you so much, Lieutenant. At this point, I'll check to see if there are any questions from community members, residents. I'll now move to community members.
What's the name of the on the storefront? What's the name of the business?
It's called 420, just like that.
Just like that?
Is this where back used to be at?
Correct. They've been operating for 2 years. From what I heard, is a pretty good place to go to. Been there when they opened, but haven't been there since. I haven't heard any bad comments with regards to the operations and type of.
It's a really nice place.
It is.
On that note, I recommend that work straight on.
Those tips?
Yes.
Those tips are already in place.
They're already in place for these?
So no need
Correct.
for those tips.
They have the good.
Yeah, they had a good neighbor sign and also a phone number that we requested last time they came on board. And the last time they came on board was on October 22nd, 2024. That was approved in a report and we requested tips in place.
That is correct.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 noes, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
Thank you very much.
Miguel, We hope that this business, goes well. And, I'm sure you have all the agenda items upon.
Yes, I'm on the next one as well, so
Right.
thank you.
Great, well, the next agenda item number 3 is 160 Dykeman Restaurant Corp., DBA Republica, at 160 Dykeman Street at the corner of Sherman Avenue. Do we have a representative from Republica?
Yes, Miguel Acosta, once again, representing República on behalf of Victor Sanchez.
Welcome. So Ken, how's, Republic doing?
Victor told me the other day, you know, it has its ups and downs, you know, there's good brunches, you know, sometimes on Fridays it picks up, sometimes it slows. Lately it's been back and forth with a lot of businesses, you know, especially in our neighborhood. A lot of people picked up after the new administration and stopped going out and holding themselves back. So hopefully now, you know, everything comes back into place when the summer kicks in and things will get better.
Thank you so much, Miguel. This is with the Prairie 34 precinct. Officer Wolaski, the capacity of this establishment is 361. They do have a rooftop. Really
Yes.
nice place, to go to, great ambience. They stay open again from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. on a daily basis. Based on what we have heard, there have been no significant issues with this establishment. The method operation as far as music is concerned, they do have DJ, recorded music, and live music. This is a renewal, and I would like to see what will be the opinion of 34.
3-4 precinct has no objection to the renewal.
Noted, no objection, but 34 precinct. Let me see if any committee members, Wesley, I'm sorry. Before I proceed, I don't see any hands raised. I'm going to move now to committee members, any questions?
It's a great establishment. I go there. We'll shout out to Victor and the management team there.
I also will stay the same. It's a great establishment. Victor wants a tight ship, and I hope that this business stay afloat. And that'll be part of the resolution that we will send it out to us. And
Thank
remember, if not, I recommend that vote straight vote.
They need.
The steps are in place. Thank you.
So, Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 nos, 0 abstentions. This application passed.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Miguel. My regards to Victor and his wife. Let's proceed to the next one, please.
The
Thank you.
next application number 4 is for Barrow Tavern Inc., DBA Liffey 2 Bar at 5009 Broadway between West 213th Street and West 214th Street. We have a representative from Liffey 2 Bar. Is that us, please?
And please tell us your name.
Rebalance.
Last name.
Manage.
Welcome on board. How's business going there?
Good.
You've been open for a while, right?
26 years.
One of the last remaining pubs. One of the last remaining pubs.
The last one.
So this is with a purview of the 34 precinct. And FYI, Officer Wolaski, this is an establishment that has been here for over 26 years as an establishment that has been like serving the community for a while. Based on the record that we have here, the capacity that they have is what's the capacity that we have?
What grandfather then?
Grandfather in. And in essence, the method operation that they have includes jukebox and recorded music only. They open up on a daily basis from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. The last time that I came to this community before, there was no objection to renewal, which dates back to March 23rd, 2023, so that's renewal. Officer Walaski will be the opinion of 34%.
Yeah, they've been a staple, like you said, for 26 years in the neighborhood, so no, definitely no objections on behalf of the 3-4 precinct.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant. I checked the resolution the last time they came on board. I do not see like the steps. So I would like to recommend the committee with an objection to steps, just the one they signed,
Yes.
and also a phone number.
Yes, indeed.
Do we have any sample here?
I think in the.
So, Mr. Martins, we tend to ask every single applicant that comes up before to post a sign outside of the premise that would say like, to be good neighbors, or you have one? And also, to post like a phone number or someone that will be in charge, be it a manager, be it the owner, and you have a sample here.
Yeah, I have one.
You can post that, because that one is like, updated. In case there are any problems, so the problem can be mitigated right then, we will not escalate.
We haven't had any problems.
Okay, I like. But we're just requesting that, for everyone.
I just have one question about your recent food inspection from February 2020. There were some issues identified in that inspection related to the handling of food. Have you remediated those concerns?
We're waiting on them to come back.
Okay, but you've resolved all the
Yes.
issues? Okay.
Thank you so much. On that note, I recommend the 2 steps in place that will.
Okay, Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 no's, 0 abstentions.
Thank
This
you.
application passes.
Congratulations, you have a good night. Let's proceed to the next one.
The next application is for 3938 Broadway West LLC, DBA Fort Washington Public House, Anitas Takira, Broadway South, at 3938 Broadway between, at the corner of West 164th Street. We have a representative from that establishment.
Yes, Niall Henry, owner.
Hi, now, how are you?
How's it going, guys?
Doing very well. How's business today?
Up and down. You know, it's good some days and bad others, but overall it's good.
Yeah, we received the last time you came around some noise complaints from some residents. Can you please share with the committee to see if there are any pending issues, noise issues, and if so, what have you done to mediate the problem?
The issues that for noise that were discussed last time, I mean Cheryl Miller is on the call now. I think they're resolved, I believe.
Cool. Thank you so much. Tanya Kwana, we have, I would like to speak on item phone. So Tanya, you have the floor for 2 minutes.
Sorry?
No, we have a resident that wants to,
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to give us a minute.
Isidro, this is Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl, give us a minute. We're trying to promote, you
Yeah,
guys.
she was booted out. She's texting me. She said she was booted out.
All right, so please ask her to reconnect. We have not booted out anyone, but maybe something went wrong with the connection. But we're going to allow you, Cheryl, time in case you want to speak on this matter.
Yes,
And
I
if-
do.
And if so, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. So, yeah, so the last time, 2 years ago, you remember that I was on the same meeting and I brought up about the speakers outside the establishment. And you had, asked Niall to take them down. They are up. They are up. The speakers have been up. And I even went in a couple of weeks ago when I told his partner that they're not supposed to have them up. And all he said was, well, I'll lower the music. I didn't tell him that he needed to lower the music. I said that they're not allowed. They're not allowed to have them outside, period. And they're still up there. And every time I walk by there, the music is playing through the speakers outside.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. We're trying to recoup Tanya.
Yeah, she keeps telling me she can't. It's not letting her. It's saying she was removed and she can't rejoin. I don't know why that is.
We have now removed anyone. We're just trying to promote everyone, and we have promoted everyone. Please see if Tanya can call in. If you're so kind, Cheryl.
To tell her to do what? I'm sorry, Isidro, I didn't hear you.
Maybe she can call via regular phone call.
Oh, ask her if she could join by phone.
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
Niall, have you already gone through the dining out process?
I have, yes.
And in that application, did you state anywhere that you would have speakers outside the establishment?
The speakers in question are up, but they're not on. The speakers don't project any music.
Yes, they
every-
do. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Let's be honest now. Yes, they do.
Okay. So in the application, no, there's no music outside at all in the application.
I'm already laughing.
Want me to check?
This seems like it's more of a connectivity issue.
Yeah, because
we don't have
everybody's-
the ability to kick
No.
out people. This is a
Yeah, no,
set up in such a way that we can't kick out. It's a webinar.
she's not on there. If you go-
Cheryl, I'm going to type in my.
Let's see, somebody can. Oh, somebody else.
There's a phone number on
Yeah.
here, so we'll try and
Try now. Tanya?
Hello?
Yes, Tanya, you there?
Yeah, that's really weird. I was kicked out. I'm not sure why.
No, we don't have the power to kick anybody out. The webinar.
Tanya,
Okay. Oh,
requested Cheryl Miller to reach out to you and call directly to the meeting here. Because we're saying you're gonna speak on the matter, agenda item number 5. So please, you have the floor for 2 minutes.
looks like you're muted if you're trying to speak. Tanya?
Now you're good.
yeah, I have no idea what is happening. This has never happened before. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So you have 2 minutes. Please tell us your opinion on this matter.
Okay, so I live above this establishment. The last time that they came before you all regarding their license, myself and others expressed concern regarding the use of outdoor speakers playing music outdoors. This is the reason that I'm calling today, that I am talking today, because this remains a problem. I know that there have been discussions with them about this. Like I said, I live above the establishment, so I walk by there every single day, multiple times a day, and the music is definitely outside and it's loud. And again, restaurants should not be playing music outside of the establishment. There should not be outdoor speakers. The last time they came before you, they were asked to remove those. But this, I don't know what happened, and since returned. And they should not be, no restaurant should be playing music outside. I know it's a
You were muted again, Tony, you're muted again.
Donna, you muted. We can come back.
Oh, she's back.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I was just finishing up anyway. I didn't have much more to say, but the thing I wanted to say is that they should not be doing this. This is a concern. This is disturbing the people who live around and above this establishment, and this music plays, you know, up until they close. I mean, we're talking like 11 midnight. I've walked by there coming back at 12 midnight and it's still playing as they're cleaning up or whatever. So this is a concern, and I really don't know why they have not fixed this problem, but no business should be doing that. That's all I have to say.
There's so much time here.
Thank you.
So we have a resident complaining, and this is not the first time that we addressing this noise issue. You know well that there should not be any speakers outside of the establishment, and to have this as a repeat is very concerning. What do you think about this?
I was in the impression that they were up there but not being played. Tomorrow morning they're going to be taken down and not played ever again.
In essence, you're not supposed to have speakers there, period.
Correct.
Anthony.
Could I propose that we stipulate the application on them removing the speaker?
So let me just first let the 33rd person know. So Officer Capria, this is an establishment within your jurisdiction. There has been some noise complaints, not only today, but 2 years ago. And the last time that this community board met as a committee, we actually objected to the application. We hear the same complaint now. This is an establishment that, of course, it's in essence, it's a huge establishment. And anytime there's noise, we tend to protect our residents just to make sure that, you know, that no noise can come out of the premise. There have been some speakers placed outside. The owners stated that they are going to remove it. That's the opinion of 33rd.
And which address was it you guys cut off?
The address is 3938 Broadway. And this is the corner between 164th Street and Broadway. It's around the corner of 165th and Broadway.
It's the Fort Washington, Washington Pub.
Fort Washington Public. Okay. Yeah, well, that's like really the first time I've heard an issue with Fort Washington Public, but we could always keep an eye on the complaints. And if there's noise in general, my guys are usually out late at night, so
please keep an eye on this premise, not only for noise level, but also for the safety of our residents. I'm going now to entertain some conversation with the committee members to see what can we do about this. Committee members, I'm going to give the floor for any recommendations.
I agree with Anthony to remove the speakers. They're not even supposed to have the speakers outside.
Yeah, and we can do that as a stipulation.
Yes.
Right. So the stipulation would be that besides the good neighbor sign, besides the phone number, right?
Mm-hmm.
The third would be to request the owner to send pictures of the speakers being removed and pictures after the speakers have been removed, and that these speakers will never be placed again.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
So Henry, we're going to have 3 steps. And I hope that this will solve the problem for everyone. And then the first one is that we're going to request a good neighbor sign. And you can pick that up from the office. Also to display a phone number or someone that will be in charge in case not only Cheryl and or Tanya will have any complaints, but any other resident that will have an issue can call someone directly and rectify any problem that you guys might encounter. The third step will be for you to send a note to the community board with 2 pictures. One with the speakers being dismantled, and the second picture with no speakers set outside at all, with the statement that you will not place speakers outside ever. And we must receive this by no later than Friday,
23rd.
the 23rd of May, by 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So again, 3 steps. The last one being dated by Friday by 5 o'clock. We're going to receive a statement from the owner stating that the speakers are going to be removed and that they will never place speakers again. That way we can make sure that our residents stay in sleep well. On that note, with these tips in place, I recommend that we distribute.
Just to remind you, if we don't get these pictures, right, and this statement, the chair will overturn whatever vote that we will have.
Thank you so much. So again, now, so if I don't receive this statement by 5 o'clock on Friday, 23rd, I'm going to request the board to vote against this application, so it will not get renewed. If we do receive your statements, we're going to recommend that that note.
Understood.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
No.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 5 yeses, 1 no, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
All right, Neil. So thank you so much. We hope to hear from you on Friday, 23rd.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
The next application is number 6, Chipotle Mexican Grill, number 1968 at 4009 Broadway, between West 168th Street and West 169th Street. Do we have a representative from Chipotle Mexican Grill? Once again, do we have a representative from Chipotle Mexican Grill?
In our representative, so for the officers that are present, anytime we receive a request to the community board and the owners and our representatives don't show up and the application is incomplete, we don't discuss the matter, we go to straight vote, usually to object to the application. On that note, let's vote.
Chair, how do you vote?
No.
I vote no. Robin, how do you vote?
No.
Joel, how do you vote?
No.
Hector, how do you vote?
No.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
No.
That's 0 yeses, 6 noes, 0 abstentions. This application does not pass.
Thank you so much, Anthony. On that note, let's conclude with a review for the on-premise.
The next application, number 7, El Mambi Steakhouse Corp. at 4181 Broadway at the corner of West 177th Street. We have a representative from El Mambi.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Aurelia Tavares here representing El Mambi Steakhouse at 4181 Broadway. On behalf of Raul Acosta, we are renewing our on-premise liquor license. Our location has 75 seats, 27 at the bars, 21 in the large bar and 6 in the smaller, and 34 seats within the establishment. Occupancy is 75.
Thank you so much, Aurelia. Again, this is with the Fairview 34 precinct. Officer Wolaski, this is a very small restaurant that has been open for the longest. They submitted a complete application. But we just wanted to know if there are any objections and or opinion on the front 34 precinct.
I'm sorry, what was the location one more time? I think that might be on the 33rd.
4181 Broadway. The corner, actually, this is in the Fairview 33rd precinct, not 34. Apologies, officer, this is like with the jurisdiction of 33rd precinct.
Is it right on?
There's a border.
Yeah.
Like a border.
So the 33rd precinct. So I'm going to ask Lieutenant Capria to surrender his opinion on this matter.
Yeah, we have no issues with the establishment.
No issues, right? The third precinct.
Chair, we also have the.
Oh, we have the owner?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Please introduce yourself to the rest of the committee.
Hi, my name is Raul Castro. I'm the owner of Mambi for over 8 years.
This has been a family-owned restaurant for a while, right?
Yeah.
You've been open for how long?
Well, this establishment was run by his
It's a nice
dad. and
place
nephew.
that I like a lot. I like the food, I like the price, I like the ambience, the service. I'm sorry, I really haven't need to hear from you. But again, congratulations. It's a very well-run place. I hope that the community can support you and keep up the good work. And congratulations. We're going to go to the vote. We have the 2 steps in place already.
Okay.
But again, very proud of what you're doing. Unless our committee members have to say anything else.
No, yeah, agreed. My aunt actually worked here, about 15, 20 years ago. So you guys probably been open longer, so.
We have some prior.
Prior to that. Awesome.
This is one of the very few times that I tend to agree a lot with that.
Thank you, everybody.
Great job, committee members. If there are no objections.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Wow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 nos, 0 abstentions. This application passed.
Congratulations. Have a nice- Thank you, Aurelia. On that note, we proceed now to restaurant wine.
The next 2 applications are for a renewal restaurant wine license. Application number 8 is Tropical Spanish Food Corp. at 3771 Broadway between West 156th Street and West 157th Street. We have a representative from Tropical.
Aurelia Tavares for Tropical Spanish Food Corp., occupancy 74. It's on the corner of 157th and Broadway. Similar to El Mambi, great. Felix Tineo is running a great establishment, earlier hours, and no issues or any disciplinaries.
Thank you so much, Aurelia. This is with the Fairview 33rd precinct. Also the Capria. Again, this is the restaurant has been here for a while. If I'm not mistaken, the last time that I came here, there was no objection by this committee. They came for a renewal. This place has a capacity of 74 people. The type of music they play there, it's recorded music, and they open up really early or midnight. It's not prohibitive with hours. On that note, Mr. Capria, what's the opinion of 33rd precinct?
There's another establishment we've had no issues with them.
Objection, thank you so much. I am going to recommend, there are no residents, that we ask for 2 steps because they're not in place. Okay. So Aurelia, we're going to ask our operator to submit 2 steps, which is the do neighbor sign and also a phone number or someone in charge to display the phone number in case there are issues. On that note, I recommend the vote.
Chair, how do you?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote? Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 nos, 0 abstentions. This application passed.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, Aurelia. Let's move to the next one, please.
Next applicant, number 9, is 181 Restaurant Corp. DBA Hudson View Restaurant at 770 West 181st Street at the corner of Fort Washington Avenue. We have a representative from Hudson View Restaurant.
Yes.
For the purpose of the minutes, please tell us your name.
My name is John Lapsatis, patron of the Hudson View Restaurant.
This place has been open like God knows how long. How long have you been open?
Pardon me?
How long have you been open?
About 18 years.
I thought it was a lot longer.
Yeah.
This is where the private 34 piece. Officer Walaski. This is a diner that is set at the corner, the southeast corner of 181st Street.
Correct.
They stay open until 8 p.m.
Correct.
Basis.
Yes.
Capacity is, it's not too big, it's 46.
Yes.
Just, they don't play any music, so I don't have any issue with that. The
No
hours
music.
are really light. Are there any, recommendation from the police?
Yeah, absolutely no issues with this renewal from the 3-4 precinct.
It's a great diner that, I pass by a lot.
Mr. Lapsadis, it looks like you were inspected on April 4th of this year, and the inspector identified a number of issues with the establishment. This is relating to your food inspection.
Correct.
I'm curious, since then, have you taken any actions to fix those issues? And if so, can you describe them?
Yes, we did fix all, and we have a company to come in almost twice a week to take care of the matter, and it's been taken care.
Great. And the other issues relating to the temperature of food, hand washing stations, those things have been fixed as well?
No, everything is being taken care. We'll wait for inspection.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, for this. On this matter, I cannot vote. This is with a purview of, my bid. They're part of my bid, and as that, I do have a conflict, so therefore I can vote. But I'm going to have you, chair the vote session.
Sure. Do we know if they have the two stipulations in place?
That's what I'm checking.
The tips, they do not. I don't-
Okay, so, Mr. Lapsadis, we've been asking all the establishments to post a good neighbor sign, which my colleague here is showing in the camera, but you can pick this up from the board office as well. And it essentially reminds the community to be a good neighbor. It also has a space on it for you to place a phone number of a person, either a manager or an owner, so that if there are members of the community who have concerns, they can come directly to you instead of us or 311 or the police. This will be a stipulation on the application, which means you have to do it, and the next time you return to the community board, we'll ask that, for evidence that you've posted this. Do you have any
Okay.
questions?
I will.
Okay, great.
You can pick one up at,
Yeah, so if you'd like a copy, feel free to call the office or stop by our board office anytime during normal business hours.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll proceed with the vote. The chair is conflicted. I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
yes.
Joelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 5 yeses, 0 no, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
Congratulations, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Take care of yourself.
The next application is for a class change. Applicant number 10, Dykeman Billiards Cafe Inc. at 100 Dykeman Street, the corner of Nagel Avenue. We have a representative from Dykeman Billiards.
Yes, Miguel Acosta, representing Dykeman Billiards on behalf of Martin Jimenez. My client should be there, present.
Oh, you can send that. Yes. Okay, we can translate.
Yeah, so we came before the board, I believe it was March. Applicant was out of the country and the board requested his presence. He's here now and would like to proceed with this change of class, which had been previously approved in the past, but then was disapproved at the Liquor Authority.
You said it was disapproved?
Yeah, his presence was not available. His brother was, and there was a little situation at the full board, so we have to reapply. Continuing the process.
So this is a class change, meaning that you're going to apply for a full liquor license.
That is correct. They are currently operating with a wine and beer.
Cool. Yeah, you well know of what I'm about to say. It is a requirement that a public notice be posted at the premise in both languages. where it will let other neighbors know that there will be a request for a new on-premise liquor license at this establishment for the community to know that there's going to be the day that they have to come in case they have any problems.
Yes, we did.
Notice posted.
You don't have a picture of the notice posted? We emailed it together with the other package.
That's my conflict, because the one that you sent us has like the public notice. However, when we passed by, this public notice was not posted.
When was your visit?
Check the date on the screen and the time. That was the day before yesterday.
Yes.
At what time?
The day before yesterday?
Yes, 8:40 p.m. 8:40 p.m. The place was open, and there was no public notice posted.
Is my client available there?
Let's have Soraya.
Yeah, can you please ask Señor Martin?
Can you be so kind and translate what I just said about the public notice? It is a requirement of this community board for every single applicant to post a public sign to let residents know that there will be something happening on the license, and for anyone to come up in case they're having issues. They submitted a photo where they have the public notice posted, but it has been documented that this was not done as of May 12th at 8:40 p.m.
Pardon me, Cedro, you said it was not done because the email that I have was done May 9th, and you said May 12th? Or were you stating it was removed after it was?
We don't know what happened to this.
Yeah, so can we, all right, let's find out.
So on May 12th at 8:40, this signage was not posted. Soraya, please.
Sí, bueno, señor, es un requerimiento que haya una notificación pública. En este ejemplo es para que usted ponga un cartel que le deje saber a los residentes del área que algo está pasando o hay algún cambio. Y refiriéndose al cartel, en mayo 12, pasaron por ahí a las 8:40 p.m. y el cartel no estaba puesto.
Está puesto en la puerta donde Miguel mandó, en la puerta del segundo piso.
Perdón, usted dice que está puesto.
Están puestos los dos ahí, podrían verlo.
The two signs are up over there.
Soraya, so the request is that it has to be seen by the public or the residents. So even if they post it like on the gate and the gate is up
and we don't see it.
it's not visible. If the post is going to be posted on the second floor, residents are not going to go up to the second floor to find out what's going on. It has to be visible on the street level to our residents.
Señor, la notificación tiene que ser visible a las personas, a los residentes. Si usted la pone en el segundo piso, no se va a ver. Si la ponen en el gate o reja, tampoco se va a ver. Tiene que ser algo que puedan ellos ver.
So I'm going to recommend the following, that even when the gate is up, it has to be posted on the glass door. If the gate is down, obviously no one can see the glass doors, and they should be posted as well on the gate.
Be posted in the gate on the glass, also this on the resident.
Please explain us.
La recomendación es que lo ponga de una manera que se vea en la puerta de cristal. Aunque esté el gate o no esté, tiene que estar en la puerta de cristal. Is that correct?
Okay, so hi, I'm Jennifer Jimenez. I'm his daughter, and I'm hoping to promote
reorganizing the business. So the gate, the sign is posted upstairs on the second floor. Ellos quieren que aparte que tú lo tengas arriba, lo pongan en la puerta de cristal, si tú lo pones en el gate, como quiera, tiene que estar visible a los residentes de todo el mundo que lo va a 24 horas.
Pero que lo put on the gate as well.
Ajá, que lo pongan también en el gate. O sea, vamos a hacer dos copias, una que poner en la puerta de cristal y una en el gate.
So
If you
we'll
open the gate,
It's
it's gonna be
se vea.
visible. If you open the gate, it's gonna be visible. That's the way we want.
So básicamente tiene que estar dos copias.
So we'll put it up both ways that it can be seen.
Miguel, how do you want to proceed?
Well, if that's going to prevent us from getting a positive resolution, then I would have to move it to next month's agenda, depending on what my client says. Besides that, I don't see any other issue. Maybe the 34th precinct could give us, some more information with regards to their operation, and if indeed, neighbors are being affected by their operations, that it gives us the importance of the posting of the signs, which I know and understand the policies of the community board.
Yeah, we
But
would not entertain any more discussion because this matter will be dead.
okay, so I'll move it to the next agenda next
Are
month.
you officially withdrawing this application?
Can I explain that to my client, please?
Yes, please.
Señor Martín, el señor Isidro está recomendando que nosotros tal vez pasemos la aplicación para el mes que viene, para que ellos lo escuchen de nuevo, para que se pongan los letreros como van, para evitar que ellos den una resolución negativa, porque por la fecha de hoy no quieren entretener la aplicación por motivo que los vecinos no tuvieron bien informados de la forma que se pusieron los letreros.
Oh, please.
What if, like, at this point in time, I guess someone does actually have the business actually post it now? Would it be okay and we send you the picture now? No? Okay.
And I'll explain to you why it's not. We have to give our residents plenty of time for them to know that it's going to be taking place.
Okay.
And a couple of hours notice, it's not going to suffice. We're very strict with this, is, the question. Even if the notice is set up only in one language, we're going to kill it. We have one example, as a matter of fact, later on, where the public notice was only posted in English. This was going to happen. That's not going to happen. So work on those details. Miguel, please, how our regulations go.
Yeah.
Clearly, so that when they do come back, that this will not be a problem. I do have something, Miguel, that somehow you guys have to address, and that is accessibility.
Accessibility to the second floor?
Yes, that's something that you should discuss. It's something that you guys signed on the questionnaire, that it is accessible. I want to make sure that they have what they want. But
Understood. I'll discuss that and clarify with my client.
Many regulations that we have about human rights, that the place has to be fully accessible. We have to be fair and consistent with everyone. So I just give you a notice that the place might have some accessibility issue, but that is your job and that's what you get paid. On that note, thank you for your time. We apologize. We hope to see you soon.
And
Next month, right?
yes, and as a reminder, all of the application materials have to be resubmitted, not just the public notice.
Yes. We're aware. Thank you.
The applicants just submit the one thing they were missing, and that's not.
All right. You have a good night. You take yourself.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. So this application has been withdrawn. And let's proceed now. Before you, I'm sorry. Only use like 5 minutes because you will see what we need.
Okay, no problem.
You're fine.
The next application is for a method of operation. Application number 11, Cafe WH Inc., doing business as Isha Sushi at 4186 Broadway between West 177th Street and West 178th Street. We have a representative from Isha Sushi.
Yes, yeah, James Swan, the representative.
Are you?
Yes.
And
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
yes, we can hear you.
Okay, this the restaurant, they already have the license. So we just looking for the attention for the hour. They planning to attend it to the 4 a.m. 7 days a week. So this reason we come here. They already have the license more than 2 years. She's not any complaint. So we are here. Can I answer any question? The owner, I believe the owner is online too.
I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to just stick to one. And that is that based on the requirements that we have from as a community board, we are requiring like every single applicant to post the public notice.
Yes, we did pass the notice. We did post the notice, and also we did send a photo to your board.
You sent us the photo.
Yes.
And unfortunately, you only submitted or posted the public notice in one language. Our requirement is that you must post this notice on both languages.
I have to ask the owner.
English, and for that reason, the community didn't get proper notice that this was going to take place. And at this point, I highly recommend that you withdraw this application, because if we proceed with the process, I'm not sure that we're going to approve this.
Yeah, Lightman, I understand you, but I really don't know, because we did post the notice and by English. So nobody told me we have to post both English and Spanish.
So, Mr. Chen, if you withdraw this, you have to reapply once again, and be sure to post the public notice in both languages, not just one.
Oh my God.
So we recommend that you apply for next month, and we hope to see you for the class change, for the method of operation changes in June.
Okay, so like this case, we have no choice, because we really don't know. So the English is the government. Okay, so we did post it, but nobody told us we have to post both English and Spanish. So this is the reason. We come. The board gave me instruction. We follow it. We did post it.
Yes, you sent us a picture of only one public notice that is not in both languages. You were sent both copies in both languages, and you said to post only one.
I understand you. Right now we're stuck here. The reason we stuck here, because we did send the email. We did send the SLA letter to your board. So the SLA waiting your board decision until today. So, they already attend. So right now you're asking me withdraw the application. We have to withdraw your application and withdraw the liquor authority application. The liquor authority application, we already waiting for 10 months. So, last June, we did send notice to your board. Your board never notified to me. And when we come into your board said, okay, so it's the wrong email address for the applicant. They never sent it to me. So, so right now we're waiting for the 10 months. So this is the results. So I'm really unhappy.
You will continue to hold and wait until all documents are submitted properly in an orderly fashion. You have to let the community board know that you would like to have this change of method of operation. Then this community board will communicate with SLA to approve or disapprove your request. As of now, you have not submitted a complete application where you are supposed to do both posting in both languages, and will not accept that.
Okay, So,
Listen, you have a choice.
okay. If
You have a choice whether,
your suggestion is to withdraw, we have to withdraw, yeah.
Yeah, you have a choice whether you want to withdraw or not. You could continue with this application, but the standard that we've done in this committee and this board is to make sure that the picture of both languages and the posting is there. But you can choose to move forward with that, with this application. But as a committee, we are highly telling you or recommending to you to withdraw the application.
Meaning you're gonna go without penalty, you can come back next
Okay,
month.
could you give me 1 second? Let me call my client. Let me call my client right away. I think he's online too, yeah. 他让你 withdraw， 让你撤掉。他让你撤掉啊！他说你的通知你必须放英语和西班牙语。
Just one language.
No， 他说你的社区通知要放西班牙语和英语。现在没什么可说，他建议你撤掉，要不然你要继续往下走，他有可能抵赖。所以现在我们没有，你如果撤掉，你的9局的东西也要撤掉，要重新来过，因为时间来不及了。所以你现在自己决定怎么办？因为现在他在等我们的决定。你刚才听我跟你刚才跟着我听他没有时间，你刚才听我跟他说了，我跟他争了半天，因为他没有通知我们一定要放off language。
It's actually interesting, so I'm letting you.
OK， 所以你看怎么办吧 ？Yes or no？ 回答我，因为我也回答他们。
The purpose of this is so everybody knows it.
那我现在没办法，人在等着呀。你看你在网上吗？你没在网上你怎么 OK？ 你不能下网啊。他现在要你把事情撤掉，改成下个月再开会。OK，yes。OK，no，OK，好。OK, hold on. Yes, yeah, okay. So yeah, I just called my client. So we agreed. We withdraw the application. Okay. So yeah, if you can, we just lay over for next month.
Don't forget to reapply, and we hope to see you next month.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.
You have a good night.
Next application is for removal. It is applicant number 12, Mary K. Madden Inc., doing business as Dykeman Bar and Kitchen at 221 Dykeman Street between Broadway and Seaman Avenue. And we have a representative from Dykeman Bar and Kitchen. Oh, we can see your hand. Just give us one moment.
Okay, Nicole, you have been promoted as a panelist. This is for the purview of the 34th precinct and Officer Wallace. This is a bar that was open. They recently closed. They're planning to move that license to another location, but they have to surrender the license before they move to the next place. So the request here is for us to approve the removal of the license first. Later on, they can apply for the new location they're going to move into, and that'll be a separate application. Am I correct? All right. So, Nicole, I believe that you're.
I'm here. We're back again. We were here last month regarding this removal. Following our last month's meeting, we're submitting the updated statement to support this removal application to transfer the current license onto our new establishment, which is 565 West 207th Street. Just to clarify, the current location is 221 Dykeman. Our concept remains the same. It's a family-oriented Latin American restaurant serving traditional cuisine, community-friendly setting. The new location is going to reflect the same standards and the quality and service as the name we've built on Dykeman. New premises will have 17 tables, 64 chairs, a bar with 13 bar stools, full service kitchen and bar, fully soundproof space, just to ensure that the occasional DJ or live music doesn't disturb the neighbors. The place is currently being constructed under the ADA compliance of rules, basically. The proposed hours of operation are going to be from Sunday to Monday.
If
Yes.
you don't mind, so that I can interject. What the committees are considering to approve or object or not object to the renewal of the license. So we're going to stick only to the subject of the removal.
Mm-hmm.
Once your guys are ready to apply for the new location, then you can we can have that discussion. But as of now, we're only going to take the approval or disapproval of the removal.
Of the removal, okay.
So again, Officer Wolaski, this is by nature of our SLA. Whenever there is like an establishment that would like to move to another location and keep the same license, they have to remove the license first, then apply to a new location. At this point, we usually don't ask too many questions about all place because it's already shut down. You probably will have known this place. It's the Dyckman Bar and Kitchen on 221 Dyckman. That place has been closed. Know that there's some issues around that area. But at this point, the committee would like to entertain the idea to approve or disapprove the removal of the license. Do you have any pending issues?
So just to clarify, we're only voting for the removal right now, not for the approval of the new one.
Correct.
Yeah, so no objections to the removal.
I don't know if I'm reading the petition for removal on the SLA's website. I just want to raise again. I think the SLA uses the term removal the way that like courts use the term. It's like an old language term. For some reason, courts use it. It means to transfer. Removal means to transfer. If I said in a court of law, I want my case removed from this court, the judge will ask, in which court do you want to then proceed? That's what the word removal means in the context. And the way the SLA seems to be using that term, it seems to me.
And where's the term?
So this is the petition for removal on the SLA's website, and it says this petition is to be used by a licensee for permission to remove the licensed premises to a new location. And then the instructions, which contains the checklist, asks for things about the proposed premises.
So the way that I see this is that they're going to get, let's say, approved to remove the license from this premise.
I'm sorry, can I say something? So going by going. Yeah. Okay.
So the idea is that we first have to approve the removal. Yes or no? Let's say that we approve. Then this license is going to move to another place.
Yes.
Once that is approved, then we can consider every single detail about the new establishment. So it's a two-step process.
So they will have to come back for the.
Yeah, because they have to submit a floor plan, they have to submit this. So, but we have to first approve the removal.
May I interrupt, Isidro? And I'm sorry to interrupt, Isidro. So basically, the petition to remove is exactly what was said. What's your name again? I'm sorry. Anthony. So Anthony is correct. So basically, right now they're petitioning to remove their license from Dyckman to 207. Correct. So basically, right now they're applying for 207. They already notified the liquor authority that they're going to be removing their license to another location. So right now, what you should be hearing is the 207 location, because the other location is over and done with.
Now the thing is,
Mike, I'm so sorry. I've been trying to say something just real quick. I'm not trying to interrupt. But just going by the questionnaire that's issued by Community Board 12, once you fill in what type of application you're applying for, it has a list, new, renewal, alteration. All right. So then you have removal, and then you have the translation in Spanish that says retiro e-transferencia. So it's basically stating that you're removing the current license to move it over to the new location. And once you go over, let's say, the application with SLA, the exact language is stating. That's why I also sent the application together with all the materials that were requested to make sure that this was not a confusion, because it seemed that way last time we met. This is just the method of how you're supposed to submit it in terms of, when you want to remove from one location to the other. That's why you have to fill in the old address, the new address, the new addresses, interior, when it comes to how many tables or chairs are going to be there. So this is basically why I presented this, and that's why I even filled out 2 separate questionnaires and sent pictures of the posters at both locations, because it didn't seem too clear.
So Jordan, so did you submit, an application for the new location?
I'm
Because at
sorry,
the same-
yes, I did for both. It's in the email. There's 2
So,
questionnaires for both locations.
The application that was sent, however, to SLA is only for removal.
I'm sorry?
The application that you submitted, to the SLA.
It's to remove, it's a
It has
removal
the
application.
address, it has the address up to 21 Dykeman. And that is for removal only. On the application that you sent to SLA, doesn't mention anything about a new establishment.
Yes, yeah, it does. You
no.
have to fill in the new address in it. I mean, I sent the application together with
You
all the
sent it out
materials.
to the board, by the one that you submitted to SLA, it is sent, in reference to 221 Dykeman. I have the application that you
We
sent.
haven't, first of all, we haven't sent any application to SLA yet. We're meeting with the community board because that's the first step. And since you guys made us come back, we wanted a positive resolution. So this is why we're here, but an actual application
That's why you
hasn't
get
been sent
30
out to
day
SLA yet.
notice, Nicole. That's why you get a 30-day notice. You have to send a note to SLA requesting what is that you want. Then the SLA gives you 30 days to come to the community board and give you an opinion. So you have submitted this application to the SLA because I have it here.
The 30-day notice to the community board, yes.
No, Carlos Severino signed this petition, who is the president, on March 15, 2025. This was sent to the SLA.
Okay.
So again, we can approve the removal, not a problem, but we definitely need to have, obviously, the whole information for 207.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so
this is just for the removal.
yeah, this is all for removal, and then they should come to open up what they want to do on 207.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So next month you come with what you've already submitted with this application.
So we're going to just ignore for next month everything that you sent to our community board. Don't send it over. Just send over the material relevant to 207.
Okay.
So I'm not going to ask any more questions because we do have a lengthy agenda. On that note, I recommend that I go straight vote. Anthony's not here. I'm going to vote yes. Robin, how you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how you vote?
Yes. But you said Hector or?
Hector.
Yes.
No, I mean?
Yes.
So this application passes 6-0-0 for something is done. So Nicole, we'll see you hopefully next month. You want to take advantage, by the way, before here, what you got to do to make sure that you come next month, because we're going to be off in July and August. So next month.
All right, no problem. We'll be here.
All right. Good night. Take care.
All right, thank you.
So we're going to move to the next agenda item, and these are on new on-premise license. At this point, I'm going to call JWM Mechanical LLC, DBA La España. This is located at 606 West 7th Street. This is with a permit 34 precinct. I'm going to review now, Lieutenant Wolaski, what this new application is all about. In case you have any questions and objections, you can tell us. So this is La Pequeña España, located near Broadway and 207. The request that they have is going to be that they're going to have recorded music, live music. They're going to be open from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. on a daily basis. The capacity is 74. They're going to have 8 employees and about 8 bar stools. This is a full liquor license. Officer Wolaski will be the opinion of the 34.
Does the applicant have any history with any previous establishments within this community board?
That is a great question. That is one question that we usually have for every single applicant that coming new, not only the history, but also how well they know the community, the commitment, and all of that. So it's a great question.
So Miguel Acosta representing the application on behalf of William Santos, JWM Mechanical. Mr. Santos should be present at the community board. If you could stand up.
Yeah. So Miguel, the question was asked by Lieutenant Wolaski about the experience of this operator handling alcohol. Can you please ask him?
Yes.
Sorry, we do have Soraya for that job. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
So
Yeah, you can ask him.
Okay, the question is, does he have experience in?
Alcohol management and in the neighborhood.
Handling.
Okay, bueno, señor, ¿usted tiene alguna experiencia en manejar el licor y también con la comunidad?
Completamente.
Completamente, completely.
Sí, correcto. Yo tengo todo el conocimiento de eso, porque he tenido restaurantes en Miami y en Orlando.
I have knowledge from all the restaurants I have had in Miami and Orlando.
Can you please ask the owner who's going to be in charge of handling the alcohol? Is going to be someone with understanding that they have to have been licensed by the state of New York.
¿Quién va a manejar el licor y tiene que tener una licencia de Nueva York?
Yo lo voy a tener, yo soy.
Perdón, ¿usted dice usted? No se oye bien.
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay, yes, he will handle it.
So he'll be certified, trained and certified to handle the drinks. Is that correct?
¿Usted entonces está certificado o será certificado para manejar las bebidas alcohólicas y para el entrenamiento?
So we have that is going to stay open.
I'm sorry, I can't hear what
Officer, can you please mute yourself?
So he's going to be there serving alcohol on a daily basis, 7 days a week, from let's say 10 a.m. in the morning, all the way to 1 a.m. in the morning.
Entonces usted va a estar ahí presente los 7 días de la semana, todos los días, manejando las bebidas y el licor.
Sí, correctamente, porque regularmente siempre el licor, nosotros siempre lo usamos después de las 4 de la tarde. Nunca lo usamos temprano en la mañana, cuando vienen los clientes, y siempre estamos ahí porque el restaurante está abierto desde temprano para la comida. Yo siempre estoy presente.
So we're always there because the restaurant serves food, but the alcohol is handled usually 4 p.m. and on, after 4 p.m.
Thank you, Soraya. Miguel.
Yes.
I received a copy of the application. I do have an issue with the floor plan. They don't have the measurements on the restrooms.
Measurements in the restroom?
We have to have X amount of inches, and they're not listed on the floor plan. I would not recommend that we proceed because I myself would not approve this.
Well, this establishment has been in operations for over 30 years. Same establishment. This license is being transferred from the previous ownership of La Nueva España, who we all know, because of the operations. The establishment has not been renovated. Therefore, the dimensions of the entire establishment has not changed. Nothing else has dimensions besides the bar. But it is ADA accessible, and like I said, it's a staple in our community. The gentleman is purchasing this business to continue the same operations that the previous ownership has. So I understand your position with regards to the dimensions on the floor plan, but I know you've probably been to this establishment. And I would like to proceed with regards to this application, regardless of the dimensions on the bathroom.
It makes sense, well, what you're saying. This establishment has a previous owner, and it is a staple. And seeing that they had a license here prior to, I think that it's understandable why you don't have measurements on it. Is this the same floor plan that you're gonna submit to SLA?
That is correct.
This same floor plan that we have received, Miguel, that's not, they're going to chew you over.
No, they're not, Isidro. This is a floor plan. Basically, what the liquor authority is looking for is a visual of your layout. Not asking for dimensions, asking for anything else. They just want a layout of your establishment and pictures to match your layout. Because the SLA does not visit your establishment unless there's a requirement, they just want you to match the photos that you're submitting with your layout. So for SLA purpose, it doesn't have to have dimensions. It just has to have the amount of tables and chairs matching the application on the floor plan and pictures to match your floor plan.
So if there is an issue with accessibility, how, on your experience, how has the SLA addressed this matter?
Accessibility is handled by the Department of Buildings. So if there would have been an issue with accessibility, the Department of Buildings would have violated the applicant. The State Liquor Authority basically mandates that you have a public restroom for your patrons if you're serving alcohol. They don't
not just public, but accessible. Is that correct?
Well, I've never had a situation with accessibility with the Liquor Authority. I don't know if any previous representative.
I just had a meeting with the Commission of Human Rights. And not only has the door has to be accessible, even the doorknob has to be in some way or form.
No, I understand.
So that has to be.
But that is human rights. You just asked me about the Liquor Authority,
right?
And basically, that's what I'm saying. This floor plan is the same submission to the Liquor Authority, and I've never had an issue by not outlining the dimensions of the bathroom or accessibility. And even though we all know this, the majority of the board has visited this location, and everybody knows that this location is accessible.
I'm not sure of that. I mean, I've been there, but have not been to a restroom. So I can say the entrance is accessible because I've been there. But as far as like the restroom, I've never been to a restroom. And we have been consistent in requesting that if there is a height difference, that there'll be a ramp. And that ought to be in some width. And the same will apply for the restrooms.
I understand you. And the question should be then, if there is not a ramp installed, if there is a step up or anything, then is there a ramp for that person to go to the bathroom? Because normally the bathrooms, in order for them to pass inspection with the Department of Buildings, they have to be accessible.
Correct.
So this has never violated a Department of Buildings situation. From my understanding, there are policies implemented by different community boards but I've never had to address an issue with the dimensions of the bathroom. Is the place accessible for handicaps? Yes, it is, if that's the question.
Which you have answered that it is accessible.
That is,
So I guess this will be up on you and the owner in case there are any lawsuits that you guys will be responsible for what you assign in this questionnaire. Correct?
the premise should be responsible. And I'll confirm with the owner who's there. Señor Santos, ¿los baños son accesibles a la gente inválida?
Sí, hay un baño, sí. Y nosotros no.
Gracias. Gracias.
What is that restroom that is accessible?
¿Dónde está localizado ese baño?
Está arriba en el segundo piso y los otros están abajo.
Thank you.
No, el de...
Dos abajo, dos abajo. En el primer piso y uno arriba.
El de handicap.
Abajo,
El de...
el primer piso. Abajo en el primer piso.
Gracias.
I just want to bring up a point. And this is just because I'm looking over all the other applications that we went through. Very few of them have dimensions to a bathroom. I want to point out that looking over, yes, they show where the bathrooms is, but they do not show exactly the dimension. Do we ask about accessibility? Yeah, we do. But I don't know if we ask about the actual size, dimensions of the bathroom. Because the assumption is that, I mean, if it's a doorway, it's a regular doorway, then a wheelchair can go through it, right? So I think that what we're, just to be uniform across all applicants, we don't usually ask for the exact dimension of the bathroom, but just rather if there's a bathroom there.
Be accessible.
And not the bathroom be accessible, but the establishment itself be accessible.
So if I could just throw my 2 cents. I think what Miguel is saying is correct in terms of the FLA requirements, but if all we were doing as a committee was reviewing SLA requirements, there's no point. That's our point, is to report to the community that this establishment is doing everything it can to be available to them, be accessible to them, and to be a safe and sound place to them, for them to use, right? That said, if there are accessibility requirements built into the charter or human rights code, then we do have an obligation to check in on that. And I think we do currently through the question that you identified is, are you meeting all of New York City regulations at the moment? If they respond yes, it turns out they weren't, they're not us. I think what we should do is after this session ends, as we go into the summer, we talk about the questionnaire, we should decide whether or not we want to include a bespoke question that asks, do you have an accessible bathroom? Or we can change the requirement from the board level that when you submit the floor plan, it does have to demonstrate the size of the bathroom. But your point in this current moment, I don't think that it's something we should.
So just to address maybe not what we're currently talking about, but in the future, I think that the first question to include in the questionnaire is valid. Do we have an accessible bathroom? Is absolutely a valid question, but to include dimensions is going to be difficult because, especially for new businesses, because they're doing construction and exact measurements may not be readily available.
Well, if they're doing construction, then they should.
They should, right? But I think that DOB already covers that, right? But
go ahead, Robert. Yeah. At least we ask the questions. If any scenario something happens, it's a record that we ask the question.
Yeah, that question is valid. I think that if we going forward, we ask, hey, do you have an accessible bathroom specifically? I think that's fine.
I think that the question was posed in the questionnaire. Specifically addresses the fact that we are doing everything that we can, as you said, to make sure that whoever wants to visit this establishment, being handicapped or not, that he will have accessibility, right? So they answer yes.
Yeah.
Like you said, if it's on them, fine. It will be on them, but they already indicated that they are accessible.
Right.
If there are issues with the dimensions by 1 inch or 2 inches shorter, that's not on us. We made our best to make sure that this establishment is accessible.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
Now, we do have, issues and operators, not this one, where they have completely violated the terms of accessibility. And I think that we experienced one here. What are we going to do in the future? That's a question for us. But let's continue with this case. They did indicate that it's fully accessible. Arely, if you have something to contribute fast, I'll entertain you, please.
If you please, thank you, Isidro. The Liquor Authority is no longer involved in DOB matters. However, some locations are grandfathered in with accessibility, some that they don't have accessibility because they're not made that way or they're too small. Others are a DOB issue, which if DOB wants to enforce, and the other one, it's obviously what the attorney said, that it's a federal issue, but I would say that unless there's two E's that you can go, unless you can enforce it, I think that maybe it should be taken off the questionnaire. But the other thing is maybe you're trying to encourage it. So the only reason you put it on the questionnaire is to remind people that if in the future they can make a place accessible, they should, but we can't really enforce it as a community board. So I'm not sure what the relevance of the question is.
Thank you so much, Arely. On this matter, I'm going to go back, Lieutenant, I will ask you to see if he has any other questions.
No further questions from me. Thank you.
Would there be any objection or opposition? No? Objection?
No objection.
Very well. On this matter, I'm going to ask, I do have a concern about one person serving alcohol from.
Pardon me, Isidro. I'm sorry to interrupt. And he's not going to be serving the alcohol. He's going to be monitoring the operations and the alcohol management. So he's the one with the supervision plan to avoid sales to minors, disorderly premises, and things like that. Basically, he's going to hire trained bartenders, give them additional training with regards to his operations, and supervise the operations. So it's not going to be him 7 days a week from 4 to 1.
Got it. Thank you.
You got it.
Clarity. So he's going to hire people and be trained on this matter.
Correct.
Thank you so much. Let's move forward. I'm going to recommend steps, and I gotta check to see the last time I came around.
I just also have a question, Miguel. So when did they sell the business?
They just sold at the beginning of the month, so basically it was fairly new. So
You guys constructed already a new bar down in the back of the establishment, right?
Señor William, usted hizo una pequeña alteración a la barra en el establecimiento.
Sí, correcto, sí.
Okay. Yeah, because I visit this place frequently and I noticed that.
Okay.
It's not a risk to a license, Miguel. Has this been like clearly established in the floor plan?
What was that again?
You said that there was an alteration to the bar.
Yeah, I'm just becoming aware of that.
How big was that?
La barra, señor William, ¿qué tamaño tiene?
Era en el mismo sitio que estaba localizado. Yo hice ver que la remodelé.
Oh, okay.
Okay. On that note,
Oh, he remodeled the bar. Okay, I thought he added a new bar. I'm like,
just in place. Whenever sign the phone number. Because this place goes at 1 a.m. I don't know, Anthony, if you have anything else.
Are they in a residential building?
No. So,
no.
You got 2 steps, whenever sign and phone number.
A phone number. Thank you very much, Isidro.
Let's go to all.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote? Yes. That's 6 yeses, 0 no's, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
Thank you very much.
Miguel, to you and the owner, we hope that you do well. It's a new owner.
Thank you.
Godspeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next application is number 14, Anita's Cuisine LLC at 1559 St. Nicholas Avenue at the corner of West 188th Street. Do we have a representative from Anita's Cuisine?
Hi, Aurelia Tavares here for Anita's Cuisine LLC, for Francisco Paredes, 1559 St. Nicholas Avenue, 11 tables, 26 seats, 20 stools, no disciplinaries, and they are open from 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. It's an OP license. They're currently operating under a temporary
I'll
permit.
ask you questions if I have. This is for Lieutenant Wallace. This is a new liquor license that's going to open up on 1559 San Nicholas Avenue at the corner of 188th Street. The capacity is 74. They're going to have 11 tables, 26 chairs, 20 stools, bar stools. They're going to have DJ, recorded music, karaoke, live music. Is this like the old Soul used to be at? Soul, Aurelia?
I can't hear you, Isidro.
Zoe.
Zoe.
Yes, it used to be Zoe. Correct.
Very well. Who's the owner?
Francisco Paredes. Francisco is running it as a restaurant, basically focused on food.
Why is Francisco not here?
He should be on the call. We were here before. This application was filed like 3 months ago. We were here before and he was on the call. I don't know why he's not on it right now. He should be on it. Maybe we're not.
Aurelia, please check the package that you sent us. I'm going to highly recommend that you withdraw this application because the public notice was only posted in English.
Okay, we'll withdraw. No problem.
So Officer Wallace, you want to take any decision on this matter? We're going to consider them next time around they come around. So we're going to withdraw this application. Let's proceed to the next one, please.
Next applicant is number 15, Happy Cake Bakery and Bistro Corp. at 4730 Broadway between Arden Street and Dyer Street. We have a representative from Happy Cake Bakery and Bistro.
Aurelia Tavares here for Happy Cake Bakery and Bistro, 4730 Broadway. This is a bakery with finger food, and they're looking for an on-premise license. I would note that this location is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. It has a very minimal occupancy of 45, 17 tables with 34 seats. And 10 bar stools. They're looking to change to bring in a little bit of extra income, because they're struggling with an OP license.
Aurelia, who's the owner?
His name is Edgar Felix. Edgar should be on the call.
Felix what?
Edgar Felix. Señor Felix, he's on the line. Can you unmute yourself?
Before you do that, we would like to know first about his experience. Where has he worked? For how long? And why should we approve this license? And we want to hear that from him.
Mr. Felix, can you unmute yourself? Edgar? Edgar? I think, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening with his phone.
What's his history?
This location has been there forever. It was a bakery.
You know that I'm just asking information about his alcohol handling. We need to know his experience in handling alcohol and for how long and where.
He used to run an establishment in Dominican Republic with the service of alcohol.
In the United States, it has to be in the United States.
Then I would have to get him on the phone. Can you bring us to the bottom of so I can call him and see why he can't hear us?
So next agenda item. Let's move to the next agenda item. We're gonna come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, the next agenda item is item 16, the Mapagua Restaurant Corp. at 5085 Broadway at the corner of 218th Street. We have a representative from that establishment.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Carmen Genao. I'm one of the owners.
Carmen Genao, you're the owner?
One of them is a corporation, yes.
Very well. They did submit a complete application, a copy of the menu. Where's the floor plan?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat?
They didn't submit a form.
Did you submit a copy of the floor plan?
I sent a copy of the only plan that I have in the restaurant that I found is in the kitchen. We just opened a month ago, and that's the only plan that we have in the restaurant, the one in the kitchen. That's the plan I sent.
So Carmen, in order for us to consider your application, the community board requests a set of documents which includes everything except the floor plan that you have not sent. You sent us a copy of the questionnaire. You sent the copies of the menu. But we also need a copy of the floor plan. We need to know like the distribution of the tables, the chairs, the bathroom, what's going to be located at, so we can make an educated decision on this matter. I know that you open up. I dropped by your place some time ago, and I like the service and how well your staff was educated on the matter of not serving alcohol. I really respect that. But at this point, we will not proceed with this application. And we highly recommend that you withdraw this application until you send us a copy of the floor plan. It has to be a complete application.
Okay. So what do I have to do? Like
So you need to
join another meeting, or
you need to reapply again, right? The same thing that you did for this month, you need to redo all that again for June. In addition, you must submit a copy of the floor plan. Because if we don't receive that, then it's going to be an incomplete application, and we're going to be voted against your request, and we don't want to do that. Right,
okay.
Also, you have to submit the notice, public notice in Spanish and English, for which we don't have in here.
So, the public notice.
I did send the pictures in Spanish and English, both of them.
Yeah, it's here. We apologize for that. So just a copy of the floor plan. And I highly recommend that you reach out to the office to make sure that you have everything in place.
Okay.
So just you're withdrawing your application, and just make sure that you will submit everything that you just submitted, resubmit it, including the floor plan, and then we will see you next month.
So I have to resubmit everything, including
Yes.
the floor plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, if you have any questions, please call the office.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, Karen, take care. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
So now let's move to agenda item 17.
Agenda item number 17 is El Sabor Nuevo Bar and Restaurant 8 at 4139 Broadway at the corner of West 175th Street. We have a representative from that establishment.
So we do. Miguel Acosta representing El Sabor Nuevo Bar and Restaurant on behalf of Bolivar de la Cruz. He should be present there as well.
Thanks so much, Miguel. And Bolivar, welcome aboard. Thanks for the invitation for the Office of 134 Prisons with this. It is within this jurisdiction. So Lieutenant Walaski, this is a new applicant.
Yes, he is a new applicant. We came in front of the board back in March. We withdrew the application because Mr. De La Cruz was not present. So he's here now. We want to revisit this application. He's applying for.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm getting all this messed up. This is the folks actually. Sorry for the mixed up. You guys give me 1 minute. This is the border. No, it's way beyond the border. Yeah. This is within the purview of the 33rd precinct, not the 34th precinct. We apologize for that mistake. So Officer Capria, it's a new establishment at West 175th Street and Broadway. I believe that's where the old Malecón used to be
No,
the
El Conde.
I must say that, they submitted a complete application. The request that they have made, is on point. I passed by this restaurant like, I guess maybe 3 months ago. And I requested a beer that didn't have the liquor license, and they point, say like, we don't sell alcohol. So I respect that. Miguel, but at this point, we're to ask if we withdraw this application because public notice was only listed in English, and we need to have both languages.
I think it was only done in Spanish.
No,
In English only? Oh.
Yeah.
In Spanish, you saying?
No, in
No,
English only.
The package that we received, Miguel, it has the picture that was only submitted in English. And as you know, it has to be both languages.
Bolívar, el letrero se puso, los dos letreros que nosotros le enviamos a usted.
¿Perdón?
Los dos letreros que le enviamos, inglés y español, ¿se pusieron los dos?
Sí, están puestos en la puerta.
¿O están puestos actualmente, ahora mismo?
Sí.
Porque la Junta de los Vecinos está indicando que la foto que le enviamos solamente demuestra uno.
No están puestas del mismo día que la muchacha me dijo.
Solamente está, it's only in Spanish. I mean English.
Ajá.
English.
Maybe you have two different separate photos?
No, just because the name is in Spanish, but it's the English form that is posted. The
It needs to
Spanish
be
one.
posted in both languages. Only have one.
But that's what I'm saying. You have the owner stating that it's currently posted. So that's why I'm a little bit confused about it not being posted. And I'm just trying to get, sorry, my
Because
apologies.
what he's showing us is both in English.
No, English only, están en inglés solamente.
So they're both in English, so, you know, I have to do both languages. Yeah. There are two sheets of, but it's the same language.
Yeah.
So right, you tell him the reason why we do this is because that's an invitation to this meeting. So the public can know that this meeting is happening. So that's why we required it in both languages.
Se requiere que sea en los dos idiomas, inglés y español, porque la comunidad tiene que saber, tiene que estar enterado de esta noticia que usted va a poner.
No escuché bien, no.
I'm sorry, perdón.
I'm sorry, Soraya. Bolívar, lo que ella
Okay.
dice es que usted puso el mismo letrero dos veces. Tenía que ser inglés y español. Entonces puede ser que la forma que usted lo imprimió y cogió el mismo documento que se le mandó y lo puso dos veces. Entonces vamos a tener que retirar la aplicación y regresar el mes que viene. No va a haber ningún retraso con la aplicación, pero tenemos que regresar para recibir una resolución positiva.
¿Qué más falta? Porque se olvida. Aparte de...
I'm sorry, I missed part of the conversations.
No worries. I'll withdraw the application and speak to Bolivar tomorrow.
Okay, well, this application has been withdrawn. Bolivar, you're doing an amazing job. Your staff is doing an amazing job in protecting the establishment. I visit your place and I asked for a beer. The staff was very adamant about not serving me alcohol because they said that they didn't have a license. I respect it.
So right, translate that for me.
Usted tiene un local magnífico, está haciendo un tremendo trabajo y su personal está bien al tanto de que no debe servir alcohol. o cómo servir.
Thank you. This application has been withdrawn. Yeah, have a good night. We'll see you next month.
Lo vemos el próximo mes.
Van a retirar la aplicación.
Sí, gracias. So let's proceed. Aurelia, do we have the owner
Yes.
back? Now let's proceed to the next one.
Yes, I
Yes,
have
yes.
Mr. Felix.
I'm back on.
Erika is back.
Yes.
All right, welcome back. So we're now going
Thank
to
you.
press back to 15. So we're now entertaining agenda item number 15, which is the new on-premise liquor license. Make sure I got my very right. So easy. And this is indeed within the 34 precinct. Officer Walaski, this is a new request for an on-premise liquor license. Request here is that they want to have a establishment that is going to open up from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way to 11 o'clock at night. It seems like a very good schedule. They're going to have DJ, recorded music, karaoke, live music. Establishment seems to be like a very small place, about 45 people. And Aurelia, what type of food is going to be finger food, right?
Finger food, and you know, he has happy cakes and bakery items. So it's gonna be a nice, if you wanna have a drink and a dessert and an aperitif and things of that nature, you can come in. We have the music for just in case they have a small birthday party or something, but as you know, 45 occupancy keeps it very limited, plus the early closing hours.
Thank you so much. So, Lieutenant, this will be on 4730 Broadway between Arden Street and Thayer. Based on what you heard, unless you want to know more about this operator, about his experience, and any other thing, please feel free and ask the questions.
No, that sounds all good. We're good with that on our end.
Great.
Great. Aurelia, what is the experience of the owner who's going to be operating?
Mr. Felix can tell you. Tell him, Mr. Felix.
Absolutely. Well, I've been in the business for about 20 years, hotel business, restaurant business, and bar. So I have a very large experience when it comes to the alcohol and handling that. Plus, I gotta handle and I gotta hire the right staff and train them, and I gotta train myself now that are gonna be hands-on that in my premises. So that's my plan.
Thank you so much, Egan. Egan, where did you work out specifically?
Actually, I've been working in the hotel industry for a long time. So I'm a manager, which I have food and beverage as well here. So I know about basically everything when it comes to the restaurant industry.
We're very proud of him. He has 88,000 followers. The cake must be really good.
So
Yes. Where in New York City he had the experience?
I see his role NYC.
What hotel,
Okay,
Edgar?
I can tell you right now, I'm actually at Row at this specific moment. I work for two big companies in New York City, Highgate, and I also work for the Row NYC and the Flat Hotel. So it's two companies. We have about 26 hotels in the city and about 45 worldwide.
Okay.
So and I do have another establishment. It's in the Bronx. Happy Cake Bakery. So come free to come and have coffee. That's what we do. We have good breakfast, good coffee, and we try to grow and have the community bringing that to part of the community as well.
Thank you so much, Edgar.
My pleasure, always.
Anthony.
Edgar, can you tell me or provide me some examples of drinks you'll serve at Happy Cake? Like what are the drinks you're envisioning to serve?
We probably gonna have basically family oriented. We're gonna have probably mimosa. We're probably gonna have we can say the Cuba Libre. That's wine. We're gonna have a little bit of everything. It all depends how the night goes and stuff like that. But we're gonna have a little bit of everything. Mostly cocktails, I would say.
Very well. I'm going to ask for 3 steps because they're going to have live music. And even though this hours are not very prohibitive, I like the hours, but just to play it safe, I'm going to ask for 3 steps when I was signed, a phone number, and proof of purchase of Sound Limited to be submitted no later than May 23rd at 5 p.m.
We'll go over those, Edgar, when you call us.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll go over it.
So with 3 steps in place, which is the Gonnebo sign, phone number, as we requested, and proof of purchase of Sound Limited to be submitted to community report no later than Friday, May 23rd at 5 p.m. If by any chance, way or form that this doesn't get to the community report, and Edgar, please know that I'll be obligated to change up the request for negative. An objection.
Fair enough.
We'll take care of it.
Fair enough.
Cool. On that note, I request a vote to straight vote.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 6 yeses, 0 no's, 0 abstentions. This application passes.
Congratulations, Aurelia and Edgar. Welcome to the community. We hope, I know you're going to do well. If there's any way, shape, or form that you think that we can help, feel free and reach out. There are a lot of resources out there, but I hope that your dreams become true. Welcome to the community.
Thank you so much, and probably be in touch for sure.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
Have a good one.
Let's move to
Good night.
Application of the night is for Sidewalk Cafe. It's at 4716 Arden LLC, DBA Anyave, 4714, 4716 Broadway, at the corner of Arden Street. We have a representative from Anyave.
Hi, good evening. Kenya Castillo, owner of Cannabis.
I'm sorry, what's Kenya Castillo?
Kenya Castillo.
And you are the owner or the representative?
I'm the owner.
How's business there?
We're doing good. We're
Cool.
doing good.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that. And how long you been open?
7 years.
Nice, nice. Do we still have the representative from 34 precinct?
Yes, he's there.
This is the last one, Lieutenant Orlowski. And this is a request to open up a sidewalk outside dining on Cañave, which is on Broadway and corner of Arden Street. It's a restaurant that is at the corner. They've been open for a while. And they want to open up the sidewalk so that people can enjoy drinks there on the outdoor. And they're proposing this. Kenya, question. You're proposing to keep it open until 11 a.m., p.m.?
Oh, that's the restaurant hours. But I think we want to be closed earlier. The sidewalk, maybe about 9:30. The
usually
latest.
For outside dining is at 10 p.m.
Okay.
So they'll be closing at 10 p.m. officer. And we'd like to know what is the opinion of 34 precinct?
No objection by the 3-4 precinct.
No objection, and Kenya, how to pass by, maybe as a committee, we should go there for drink.
Yeah, I've been to that place.
I love the place.
I think you guys have the best guac in all of Uptown.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
in all of Uptown. That's it. I can confirm that.
So maybe we should come by and hang out for a while.
Yes.
And have the guacamole. I also like the place. I like the service. The prices are also very reasonable. It's a place for us to go and hang out. Not much as far as like what we can say about this matter is just, we gotta review the hours and we'll be okay. On that note.
Did they tell you when the comments is due by from the community board? Like, is this going before the full board or do we have to deal with it?
So we haven't had like a final discussion or final answer to this. The way that I see it is like if alcohol is going to be served, license has to be done. If it's like something that they already applied for VOT, at least we can send out a note to SLA that this is going to be a natural process.
I know, sometimes I'm concerned, this application didn't include it, but some of the DOT ones have a deadline for us to comment by, and they're always at random times throughout the month or after, so it's just,
like
If
before,
we're voting.
before the vote.
Right.
So, yeah.
I know, but if we're voting here and then we don't comment,
You know, this,
we're wasting our time.
this very concern was brought up during the writing of the resolution,
But let's discuss this matter once, because I think it's something that we should discuss. And not keep this up here.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to Australia.
Chair, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Hector, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Noemi, how do you vote?
Yeah.
That's 6 yeses, 0 no, 0 abstentions. Application passes.
Congratulations, Kenya. We're going to drop by and have some drinks there. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Wolaski. I don't know if you learned anything, but we'd love to have you back soon.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure I'll be on the next call next month with you guys. Thank you for everything, and thank you for your patience with me for my first one.
You did an amazing job, so we're here to support one another. We are very grateful for everything that you do. Thank you so much, also to Lieutenant Capria. Thank you so much, sir. You take care of yourself. Stay safe, stay blessed, and you all have a good weekend.
Pardon me, Cedro, and thank you and for the night. I just wanted to explain something. I withdrew the previous application. I didn't have my computer in front of me, but I did look at the email. I looked at the picture, and it's both English and Spanish. And it's unfair to my client that the same picture that is being sent to the community board is being printed incorrectly and is being provided to the board, and the board is making decisions based on incorrect information. I'm looking at the actual picture of the storefront, both English and in Spanish, one next to each other, next to the Visa sign.
Miguel, I apologize on behalf of the office. Unfortunately, we can only go with what we received from the office. If it's a mistake that they did while printing this and while sending this, we will check with the office. They, unfortunately, as you know, they leave early. And then
No, and I understand that. I just wanted to bring it up to the attention, because sometimes it could be a possibility. Like I myself, I was on my cell phone and I had gone downstairs, and when I come back up, I opened this up and I realized that it was correctly sent, because I try my best to comply with the community board requirements every month. As you can see, you asked me to bring back applicants, I bring them back, and we try to do everything in compliance, and sometimes it's like a waste of time for a person to leave their operations to go to the community board and then have to withdraw an application for some minor mistakes.
This is agenda number 14.
This was the last one, 17, which was, the one you commended for not selling to minors and things like that.
It's sad, Miguel, because I feel when they have to pay the rent and they cannot sell the alcohol, I'm going to send a note.
What is it that's missing? Because I'm here.
Spanish.
The Spanish version.
Or else the board.
No, it's there. I can even forward it right now to whoever wants to see it. The picture's there, the diagram is there.
See, like the English version of it?
English and Spanish version. I opened up the picture and zoomed it.
Hold on 1 second, Miguel.
The one on the left is in Spanish. It says, La Junta de la Comunidad 12, Manhattan, discutirá una aplicación sometida por el sabor
Give me
nuevo.
1 second. So
No problem.
this here, this is just this. That we only received this copy here, right?
English.
English. So it has to be both English and Spanish. They said that they sent both. But we only have, yeah.
And just to hear.
We're in a
It wasn't two separate pictures. It was one picture
That's not a
that had both postings. So it could have been that when they printed it, it printed only part of the
Just give
picture.
us,
just give us a second.
give us a second.
No.
We have
No,
not,
no.
if there's anything that we can rectify now, and we all make mistakes, but if there's anything that we can rectify, we will rectify. Just give me 1 second. Give us 1 second.
No problem. Thank you.
I think Lori's talking about
Nick's games,
Miguel, so we have reviewed the email that was sent by Stephanie Almonte to our office, and there are 3 photos, all of which are only displaying the English copy, not the Spanish copy. This is for El Sabor. Miguel, can you hear me? You're muted at the moment. I don't know.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear what,
Yeah, yes, I heard.
So we would recommend you retain.
And that's your email dated,
Yes, sir.
May 8th?
Yes.
It shows a zoomed out photo of the doorway, and in the photo, you only see one sign. And then a zoomed in photograph of the same sign twice. So there are 2 additional photos, but both only display the English copy of the sign.
All right, I'll confirm with her to see if there's another email, because she guaranteed me that everything was.
And if
It's, I'll,
forward that email to Isidro, but our record from the board office director, we looked.
not a problem. Not a problem. I'll resubmit the application and make sure everything is in order for next month.
Just make sure
And
that.
thank you, and I apologize for the time.
Thanks, Miguel.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Just,
No, I mean,
I'll take the whole word minutes.
just, one note, for accessibility.
Thank you.
It's,
So.
it's a problem. Because I met, the commissioner from Human Rights.
If you want
You wanna
to
do
do
the
my
summary
half
first?
first, and then as soon as you go.
they have to be done.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, may I leave?
Yeah, no, please, you can leave, thank you so much.
Thank you,
it's
good
gonna-
night.
I motion.
Second.
You have a motion and second to adjourn.
Second.
Well, I motion and Joel.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, let's just,
Thanks, Hector.